What's up? In this video, I'm going to give you guys 10 tips to help you maximize the battery life on your Apple iPhone 15. Welcome back to the video. My name's Sergio, and in this channel, I make life-saving tech videos. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Also, hit the bell so you get notified when I upload new videos. Also got a bunch of cool links down below in the description. And with that said, let's jump straight into the video. So I'm going to be giving you 10 tips to help you maximize the battery life in the short term and in the long term for your Apple iPhone 15 or 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max. In this video, I have the 15 Pro Max, but this works for every iPhone 15 model. All right, let's get started. So for tip number 1 is for when you initially get your phone for the first time, if it's brand new, make sure that you charge it all the way up to 100% battery life. That way you can charge the battery to the max, expanding the battery capability limits. Tip number 2 is to enable dark mode. So as you can see, if we go to settings here, everything is dark on the phone. The phone is a little bit darker when you use dark mode, and this helps your battery life in the short term and in the long term as well. With a brighter display, your phone will always use more battery. So here in settings, you'll just go down to display and brightness. And then here you can select from light mode to dark mode. I have it at dark mode. That way I can assure that the phone drains less battery on a daily basis. Okay, so tip number 2 is also a screen brightness tip. So first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you use your brightness as lowest as possible. You know, if you're out during the day and there's a lot of sunlight, then yes, you will sometimes need to put it at its max, because if not, you will not see your screen. But most of the time, when you're indoors or out and about and it's not that bright, you can keep it under the middle here. Another thing you want to do is go to settings. Here in display and brightness, you will also see the brightness here. You can control it here. And then the other thing you want to do is you want to enable True Tone. Okay, that way the phone will automatically detect the exterior lighting conditions and adjust accordingly. So tip number 4 is that you want to disable always on display, which this feature comes always enabled on all the newer iPhones 15 and above. So just select it and then here just disable it. With always on display, your phone never completely turns the screen off. It's always going to stay on, and that's going to drain your battery more. I noticed a huge difference when I turned off always on display. So yeah, just turn it off. And then another thing that goes along with it is make sure that auto lock, you have it set to 1 minute or less. I like 1 minute. I think that's good enough time. That way, when you leave your phone doing nothing, after 1 minute, it will automatically lock itself and the screen will go black. So for tip number 5 is also here in settings, and then here in settings, you're going to go to battery. Okay, here in battery, you want to enable low power mode. So this is especially good when you have a lower battery and you want to make it last as long as possible. So just enable low power mode. This will reduce all background activity on the phone. Okay, so that there are no background processes, being worked on. And this will help also save the battery of your phone in the short term and also in the long term. So enable low power mode, and this will help your battery last longer. Tip number 6 is charging optimization. So same thing here in settings, battery. You want to go to charging optimization, and you can either select the top option, which is optimize battery charging. That's what I have it at. But if you want to take it even one step further and help your battery out even more, you can select the 80% limit. And what this will do is that it will stop charging your phone once the charge reaches 80%. Okay, and this has been known to also increase the battery life in the long term of your Apple iPhone 15. And then tip number 7 is also a very important tip that we sometimes overlook, and it is to use your iPhone in normal temperatures. It's not good to use it in temperatures outside of 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. That's also 0 to 35 degrees in Celsius. Because if you use your iPhone outside of these temperatures, either in really extreme cold weather or extreme hot temperatures, your phone will overheat or freeze and do what's called a automatic shutdown. And these shutdowns over time are very bad for your battery. Tip number 8 is that if you're ever going to store your device for a long period of time, maybe a few days or weeks, you want to shut it off with the battery around 50 to 70% charge. Okay, it's not good to leave your battery drained to 0 and then just leave your phone in a shelf somewhere for weeks on weeks, that is bad for the battery. So store your iPhone with the correct battery charge level. Tip number 9 is that if you ever have your phone plugged in charging and it reaches 100%, it's good to unplug your iPhone and not leave it charged in for excess periods of time, because this over time will damage your battery and your battery will become swollen. That's why we see sometimes a lot of older phones have swollen batteries, and it's usually because of this. So unplug your device after your charge has reached 100%. And then the final tip, which is always overlooked, but it also does drain your battery a lot faster, and that is that when you are not at home or at work connected to your Wi-Fi network, just turn off Wi-Fi. And also the same goes for Bluetooth. And if you're not connecting to a Bluetooth device at that moment, just always leave it off and just turn it on when you're going to use it. Just go to Bluetooth, turn it off, and then Wi-Fi. If you're not going to be using your Wi-Fi network, just turn it off as well. Okay, and this will also help your battery in the short and in the long term. All right, everyone, so those are 10 tips to get the most out of your Apple iPhone 15 battery and to increase the battery life. So go ahead and hit that like button if you enjoyed these tips. Comment down below and let me know. And that's all for this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. As always, peace.